You got it. You have to talk into the microphone, just so you know.
Too short.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh my goodness, there's people here. Okay.
It's a little kid.
Sorry. Okay. Hi, Matt. You're absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
That's
great. I love that.
Okay, so I already asked Ruth out on a date. However, I feel like it's still acceptable to ask you to marry me.
Except he's married. But.
For me to marry you?
Yes.
Sure.
There you have it. That's 2 engagements in 1 weekend.
There you go.
That's a record. I'll talk to you later, wife. I'll find out your last name.
It's Cohen.
It's Cohen now. Unless she wants to hyphenate. Hey, you come from a really rich family, right? You don't? I don't know if it's gonna work out. We'll give it our best shot. Just write me a check and see what happens. Hey, this side, questions.
Hi, I just want to say first that it's my birthday today, and this is the best birthday present ever.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
What do we do when it's people's birthday? We stare at each other awkwardly.
Happy
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
What was your name?
Happy birthday,
dear Jada. Jada or Dana?
Jada.
Happy birthday
to
to you. There you go. That's our best rendition.
Cohen singing.
You'd expect more of that at the Saturday Night Special tonight.
Okay, my question is for Rob. I was wondering if you always knew that Chuck was going to be God.
No, not really. No, at the beginning I thought he was the prophet, and then when Eric Kripke left the show at the end of season 5, that's when it was news to me. That Swan song when I did that one. So, but even then I read the script and I didn't know. At the end, it's like Chuck says, he gives a look. He's in a white shirt and then he vanishes. But I was like, I was reading it and I was like, what the? Where did I go? And then I was like, where did I go? I had the same question you all had. What was that about? And then, so I get up to set and like a boom operator's like, so you're God, huh? And I was like, I guess. Really? I don't know. So then Eric Kripke called me. He's like, hey, the good news is you're God. Isn't that cool? It's exciting. I was like, yeah, that's awesome. And then he's like, bad news is I don't know when I'm going to be able to get you back into the show. He basically took me with him when he left. I think the idea at the time, too, was it was like, I was kind of like him, the sort of mastermind of the whole show. So anyway, then, Robbie Thompson, sort of found the right entrance for me to come back in and make it official. And so I knew at the end of season 5, but Eric was very much like, let the fans think what they want to. And then now it is, so.
You.
My name is Kirsten and I'm from Iowa.
Hi.
My question is for everybody. What did you guys think of Jared and Jensen when you first started the show?
Didn't like him, not a fan. Not nice guys. It's kind of like, homely.
In all fairness.
Homely guys. Little rascals, tiny little rascals. Runts of the litter. Rude, ugly runts of the litter are from the Northeast.
Hey!
Distinct Boston and New York undertones in their accent.
Hey!
Yeah, I couldn't help but wonder how much horseback riding goes down in New England by the way Jensen walked in.
Yeah, I didn't like them. I thought they were from the Northeast, and I thought they were rude and short-tempered. But now that I know them, I know, obviously my opinion is different, I know they're not from the Northeast.
They're still so runty, little tiny little.
Just pocket-sized little fellas.
It's always
cute.
nipping at your
If you've
ankles.
never seen them, you're gonna have to stand up to see them when they take the stage. They're just tiny little. Like Ruth is like, hello. What did you think the first time you met Jared and Jensen?
I was absolutely in love with them.
Right? I I totally know. It's like you see him and you're like, oh my God, we're totally meant to be together.
That was the angry Valley girl. It's like, so, what are the other girls doing at the party? I'll tell you what I'm gonna do.
Are you a Sam or Dean girl?
Sam girl, but I'm Dean curious.
There you go. Awesome. Thank you for the question.
Quick aside, I was really scared. They scared me. They were super tall, and I felt very short. Just I wanted to honestly answer the question.
But in fairness, when you meet anybody,
I'm scared.
Hey, let me just say you're all amazing, and I love your characters to pieces, and the casting is amazing. But if you could play any other character in Supernatural, who would it be?
Demon number 5. It's a good role.
Strong role.
Died in the teaser.
But the monologue.
But he had this little sweater.
Yeah.
It wasn't too fitting because that's not flattering on me.
Right.
But it wasn't baggy either. Like it's his older brother.
And it didn't scream demon.
No, I mean like you didn't know it at first. You think, oh, this is a nice shop owner, a local merchant in this town.
Yeah.
And, here go the black guys, and boom.
Boom, black guys booming and dead.
Yeah, so I play him. Matt.
I'm just going to say what you guys are thinking. There's only one character I would play other than Michael and John and kind of Lucifer and Baby. And that's only because I can do a better job at it. And it's Crowley. It's like a no-brainer. Why does Crowley have to have a British accent? Why can't he be from the South?
Because he's not. I think I'd need Castiel. More than anything, I just want to be Misha. Yeah, no, we do. And then my second role would be Demon number 5.
Taken.
Yeah.
This side.
Hi,
Hi.
my name is Gabby, or Gabrielle, after the beautiful angel Gabriel.
Fabulous.
And I was wondering, which supernatural character do you think would best rule the Iron Throne?
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones reference. Do you watch Game of Thrones?
I've never seen an episode.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you're going to be great. This is going to be a good question for you.
Greasy. Who would best rule the Iron Throne?
Gosh, Rich, can we answer together? Because what do you think?
Well, I feel like Game of Thrones has a very strong and powerful female presence,
Yep, I was
especially
gonna
now.
say. I might vote Ruth Connell.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. I think Rowena would be a great one. Rowena would be cool.
Yeah.
Who'd loosen up Winterfell?
Sheriff Donna.
Charlie.
That, my man, is the right answer.
That is the right answer.
Sure, thank you.
Hi guys, my question is for Richard. I love the Thrilling Adventure Hour, and I miss it. And Misha did it. I was just wondering, did you ever try to get anybody else to do that show?
Rob Benedict did Thrilling Adventure Hour. And Tim Amundsen did it.
Yes.
Tim got me into it, actually. Robbie and I were going down to Comic-Con about 3 years ago. And Tim was supposed to do Thrilling Adventure Hour. For those who don't know what that is, it's a podcast it was done in the style of old-timey radio, where actors in suits and ties and dresses on stage in front of a live audience with scripts that they'd gotten mere minutes beforehand, with a live band and the whole nine, like old-timey radio, but done as a podcast. And truly brilliant stuff. Heightened comedy, written brilliantly and performed brilliantly by this cast of regulars. And they would have guest people come in all the time. I know John Hodgman did it a lot, Nathan Fillion did it a lot, and Tim Amundsen did it a lot. And so Tim couldn't do it. He had to find somebody to pinch hit for him, basically. So he called me, like, hey, can you do this? I'm like, sure. And he put me in touch with them. And so I didn't know what I was going to do, and was blown away and almost, passed out on stage because I didn't realize the pressure of acting at breakneck speed of these great comedic minds. I mean, you got some guys, Mark Evan Jackson, who's one of the funniest guys I know, who also happens to be making an appearance in a series Rob and I are doing called Kings of Con. Some great talent, and so I did it, and then I threw Robbie's name in the pot, and they were already big Rob fans, so then Rob came and did it, and Misha's done it obviously in Tim, and I anytime they called me to do it, I dropped everything and went, and and played with those guys, and was always in awe of what they could pull off. If you've never heard it, it's a podcast. It's worth listening to. It's called Thrilling Adventure Hour. And thank you for the question.
Yes, thank you.
Hi, my question is for Rich. First of all, you're beautiful.
It's just a lady expressing your feelings, guys.
Second of all, I suppose, I love your directing style, and I was just wondering what advice you would give to someone that wants to start a career from behind the camera.
Hey, you know what? I do have advice for that. Because when I was trying to make films in my youth, it was much more difficult to get the equipment. Now, you've got a 4K camera in your pocket.
Right.
And probably an editing system that came free in your laptop. So it's easy to tell stories. It's not easy to tell good stories. It takes practice to get the vision you want and to be able to execute films the way you want them done. But that doesn't mean you can't be shooting all the time with your friends and family, with putting ads in local paper and using local actors and just writing stories or hooking up with writers who have stories and shooting things because you have the ability to do it. And that's the greatest advent of digital photography for filmmakers ever, because availability is what held back a lot of people with ideas when I was young, because film was expensive, processing is expensive, the editing was expensive, everything, and now it's not expensive at all. Again, that it still takes practice to do it right, but at least you have the opportunity to do it. So my advice is, do it. Don't sit around and think about it, talk about it, or wish about it. You could do it, so go do it. And do it again, and do it again, and do it again, and you'll get better and better and better, and then you'll be great, and then you'll do it, and then I'll ask you questions in Japan. You're welcome. Good Lord. Yeah.
Do any of you speak any foreign languages?
Oui. Si. A little bit late.
Actually, that was a wrong Big Latin.
I'm big say, I'll be right.
You go a little bit late.
Hey, listen. I opted up fang, all right? It's not pointed out fang, like an urchin.
You would understand gibberish.
What?
Who knows what gibberish is here? Anybody?
I know what these two speak
The
of.
thing?
Watch. Say, you can't speak it? I just heard jump down off that stage. Who can speak gibberish? Seriously, it's not that hard. I just can't do it. You can do it. Just say, hi, I love oranges and bananas in gibberish.
The guy, let the go of the orange of the giz of the gand.
One more time, I love oranges. Just say that.
The guy let the go of the orange of the giz.
And I understand that.
I do too, because you told her what to say.
That's right.
She said I love oranges.
Yeah.
There you go. Now
There you go. So the answer is yes, across the board.
Please don't rip pants.
Thank you. You.
He's so with pants.
Very nice in the front.
This is for Rob.
Robbie.
Hi.
I have a question, but also I wanted to know if I could get a hug after.
Heck yeah.
Okay. My question is, if you could pick anyone to play Jesus, who would it be?
That's supernatural.
I think the answer is clear, and I think everybody knows exactly who it would be.
Who would be Jesus? But like, it could be an actor that's not been on Supernatural.
Right.
Just because he has long hair doesn't make him Jesus.
Dude, it's so obvious.
Sabius?
So obvious.
Yeah.
Come
Okay.
on.
Right.
1, 2, 3. Jared
Jesus.
Leto.
Yeah. I was gonna cast Jesus as Jesus.
That's a tail of the nose.
Jared Leto, says my friend Rich. Sure. Something popped in my head real quick. Oh, Eddie Vedder. Eddie Vedder. Yeah. That's just for selfish reasons. Because I wanna. That was really polite. Did you just burp? Oh, that's you. Eddie Vedder. Sorry. Go ahead.
That's all I got.
Anyway, yeah, because I just like to work with Eddie Vedder. Like, hey man, what's going on? So you Jesus and I'm God. So that's kind of cool. It's gonna be a fun conversation.
Can you get out of my trailer?
Yeah, no problem. Need anything, let me know. That's a pretty good Eddie Vedder.
get over here.
He's hugging.
Guys, more of that. Hug each other. Spread the damn love. The Supernatural Love Fest continues. Question over here.
Hi.
Hi.
No, don't look at me. My question is, if you could poof into any movie or TV world, what would it be?
If we could poop into any Are you asking a fecal themed question?
Poof, and I'm in the world.
Is that a verb?
Yeah, to poof.
To appear.
I'll prove it to you.
I'm gonna go with the question I heard. If I could poop in any film. I've always wanted to drop a douche in a costume runway, you know? Something Merchant Ivory, something like the remains of the day. Take a squat or whatever. Have Anthony Hopkins have to show me where the can is.
Crime and Prejudice.
Yeah. Listen, I know it's not like there's a lot of tension here, but I gotta. The snake out of the cage. Anybody?
Good God. Man, come from.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say poop in a costume drama. Man?
I'm gonna stick with the poop question. And I'm gonna say in the movie Beetlejuice, when Beetlejuice is little and he's in the little town in the attic, and he's like, "Come on, just say it." I would just like to be like, poop, and watch a poop the size of the actual mini church in the little town fall down, and just watch Michael Keaton be like, "Wow, hey, that's a poop." That just seems great.
Sometimes you give silly answers, but that's
That's one of your best answers ever.
also one of my favorite movies ever.
I have the same answer for both questions. Poop and poof. And poop and poof in a Game of Thrones. Because I feel like if you poop in Game of Thrones, no one's gonna care. You know what I mean? Everybody's pooping in the street. There you go.
Thank you. Great question.
I hope she's happy with the answer.
I gotta be honest, we get a lot of repeat questions, con to con. That, ladies and gentlemen, Minneapolis, Minnesota.
My question is for my friend, and it's for Matt, and she wants to know what it was like working with the How to Get Away with Murder cast.
It was a fortunate experience. What can I say? Those kids are on that show are all incredible. I just got to see Alfie Enoch at the little TCA thing we did for ABC the other day, and he's just one of the best people on earth. He met me when my son was about 1 month old, and I hadn't slept a wink in 30 days, essentially, and it worked for the character, because the character was a really rough guy, but I hadn't seen him in months since last year, like September, October, whenever we were filming that. He ran up to me on the red carpet, like moved out his publicist out of the way, runs up to me, grabs both of my hands, and goes, "How's Macklin, man?" And I just, that is exactly how you define that cast of people. They are wonderful. They are supernatural-esque. They're that wonderful of a team. They really are.
Awesome. That's so cool.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
So, you guys all have decided and done like a lot of different interesting things at these conventions, and I was wondering if like any of your family or friends had ever like commented on it or been like, "What in the world are you doing?"
I'm going to start by saying my dad has no idea what my life is like. He's like, "Oh, you're an actor. I see you on a soap opera every now and again. That's cool. So when you're coming home, there's a lot of landscaping that needs to be done in the house."
Yeah, I don't know if I think it would involve Googling things, and that's not my family's strong suit. They're not Google people.
Not big Googlers.
Not big Googlers. And so no, I don't think they really have any. It still doesn't make any sense to them that I go around town to town in support of a show that I stopped doing in 1989. It doesn't compute. But they're all for it. They're very supportive. They just
During
don't.
the Bush 1 term.
Yeah, they're like, with Poppy.
My family knows what I do, but funny enough, this weekend will be the first time my mother is experiencing this for the first time, and my brother is here as well, so that helps. It helps, because you really kind of have to see it to understand it.
Yeah, my folks have come to a few. When we go to Nashville, they'll come down and check it out. My dad's come to a few towns, and he digs it, and he especially likes to see us goofing around. Like that's the part he digs the most. But all the everything, it just doesn't compute. They're not convention goers themselves in terms of he goes to photo ops and things like that, and he's just a real head scratcher for him. But again, they love it. I think it's awesome. It's a new and exciting world. Thank you.
Before we move on, can you guys just do something real quick? I want to send my dad a video because you guys have been such an incredible crowd. Can you guys just go, we love you, Mr. Cohen, all together? Like, it should probably sound like, we love you, Mr. Cohen, because you guys will all speak faster and so it won't work out. All right, you ready? Hold on. So when I'm going to talk to it, and then I'm going to open it to you guys, then you say. I should use a microphone. All right, here we go.
You might as well.
I'm filming me right now. I'm gonna go like this. Alright. Hey Dad, I just want to say I love you and miss you. Hope you're really happy.
We love you, Mr. Cohen!
That was so good!
That's a one-take team, Rich. That's one take.
I tell you, from questions about dropping a dump to doing things and tributes to Dad.
A hell of a crowd, Minneapolis. Make some noise for yourself.
So my question is for Rich. Yeah, you. So if Gabriel had a favorite brother, which one would it be?
Who are my brothers? Yeah, remind me who they are.
Angels.
Is
my
John?
I think Sebastian's one of them.
Is Sebastian one of them? Who else?
Matt.
Lucifer.
That's the elder brother, right?
Lucifer.
Lucifer? Well, not that guy.
He's a good guy.
Who else?
Michael.
Wow, the crap load of brothers.
I just feel like everybody's yelling out Mentos.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have to go with Michael because we travel together to do conventions. So if I don't say Michael, I'll never hear the end of it. Who do you think his favorite brother would be? Well, sure, you people say that. You're biased.
I probably would say Cass.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because who didn't want to hang around with this guy? Thank you for the question. Yep.
Hello, how you guys doing?
Great.
Great, you.
Great, I would like to know your actual favorite joke.
Favorite joke, Rich?
I got it. It's a prop joke. My favorite joke since I was nigh on the boy, and it's also Southern in nature because I am Southern. You have to look at my hand to get the joke right. How is my hand like a pie? It's got meringue on it. Meringue.
Hold on, wait for it. Rich, still a few people figuring it out. Think about it, guys.
This is meringue pie.
Lemon
Got
meringue.
You got one or you need a second?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you my son's favorite joke right now.
Let's hear it.
A grasshopper walks in the bar, and the bartender says, "Hey, we got a drink named after you." And he says, "You got a drink named Frank?"
That's what he used last time. Except his name was Steve.
My favorite joke is from my punchy partner in crime, my partner in the boxing gym in LA, and he's from Brooklyn, and he talks like this all the time, and people come in, and he goes, "Hey, what do you call a Spanish guy with a rubber toe?" Roberto.
Oh, hold on. I'm not doing I know this because, Robbie, you got to tell the joke that just makes Brianna mad.
Makes her mad.
It just
I
makes
don't know.
Brianna
It's
mad. It's a great joke.
It ages me.
It does. I think also our physical appearance.
Okay. That's touche. The gray ages me.
I don't think there's anybody out there wondering how young we are.
This is truly, I was going to say this and then I remember Brianna hates me when I tell this joke. I don't know why. I think it's a lovely joke. But, and you probably heard it, but a guy takes his dog into an agent and he says, hey, I got a talking dog. And the agent was like, talking dog? Huh? I was like, yeah. It's a talent agent. So anyway, he said, talking dog, yeah, talking dog. All right. So he said, yeah, what's this? Hey, Rover, what's on top of a house? And Rover says, roof. Hey, Rover, what does sandpaper feel like? Rough. Hey, Rover, who's the best baseball player of all time? Ruth. And the agent goes, get out of here, and he kicks him out onto the street. And they're out on the street. The guy's like, bruised up. And the dog shakes himself off. The dog looks at the guy and says, maybe I should have said DiMaggio. I really like that joke.
It really pisses Brianna off, though. Makes her mad.
She's a child.
The funniest part about rehearing it is thinking how it went the first time.
She was also like, who the hell's DiMaggio?
It would help if she knows the sport. Them. Well, okay, them.
You guys.
All right, I have a question for Rob.
Yeah.
I loved you in Waiting.
Oh, thanks.
You cracked me up so. I was rolling around laughing. So I was just wondering, first of all, did you take your character Calvin from Waiting and did you input that into Chuck, because he's awkward in the show? So how did you, and is Ryan Reynolds really that funny?
Okay, so first question, that goes into a lot of my characters, that sort of thing. I mean, that's something that comes easy to me, an awkward guy. I'd like to think, I guess Calvin's a real loser. But I'd like to think Chuck is not. Well, I mean, now, haha, joke's on you guys, Chuck's God. But I do put that into a lot of my characters. I don't know, something that comes easy because there's a part of me that's sort of that way.
What?
So yeah, that's sure, certainly a little touch of Calvin within Chuck, for sure.
Within Chuck, you guys were, together in some sense.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to go meta.
I just love you in both of them. I love them both.
I love you for loving them. That's awesome. And secondly, Ryan Reynolds is truly a very, very funny guy. He's like so funny. He knows how to make a line super funny. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hi.
I have a question, but it hinders on the fact if Rich can remember filming Band of Brothers.
He doesn't really like to talk about Band of Brothers too much, guys. He doesn't remember a lot.
How much time do we have left in this panel?
Not an experience of matter to me.
I'm gonna lay down.
Yes, I remember filming that.
Okay, so in the first episode, the obstacle course that you had to go through, where you're going underneath the razor
barbed wire, yeah.
Barbed wire stuff. I wanted to know how physically draining that was and how it compares to when you did Tough Mudder.
Oh, well, Tough Mudder was super challenging because I think we all sort of trained for it. It was challenging in so much as it was long and with a lot of arduous tasks to do in the middle there. It was awesome, physically draining. Band of Brothers was just draining because it was every day doing, basically working out every day with these guys, like doing the training and doing the boot camps and everything else. So it was a very physical job and was exhausting in that regard. I don't think there was one day of shooting of Band of Brothers that was as hard as Tough Mudder, because Tough Mudder was so intense for the one day. But overall, as a job, I've never had a job that's as physical as Band of Brothers, because we were constantly having to run and jump and crawl under crap and do all this stuff, and we were all doing our own things. They didn't have other people do the tough stuff. So we were, from boot camp on, very involved in doing the sort of Hollywood version of the training, but it was still exhausting, but awesome at the same time, because it was such a fun group of guys. Same as Tough Mudder, and also awesome experience.
But wasn't there must have been an extra sort of also with Band of Brothers, just what you're doing and the fact that you're thinking about the actual men who were doing it, and that added probably another level of...
It did. I mean, obviously, when you pulled yourself out of it, you thought, wow, there's sort of a greater good or a greater story being told here that is, representing the men who really fought this war. But like anything else, when you get into the nuts and bolts of getting together with your guys who are now your friends who were the cast and doing the training sequences, which they would just run as giant, put cameras everywhere and have us do obstacle courses and that kind of thing, and they would just cut it together. So it was like Tough Mudder in that it was us cheering each other on, giving each other a hard time, and we couldn't do it. So it was, you weren't necessarily thinking that at the time you're doing these obstacle courses and these more challenging physical scenes. You're really just kind of having fun doing it, or getting pissed off doing it, or getting frustrated, or whatever your natural response was, which is kind of what was cool about it, because you didn't have to do it in pieces and think of it as a scene. You could just go do it, and they would film it.
Right.
Thank you.
I've done some obstacle courses on military because I was in JROTC. I didn't go into the service because I didn't want to, but I did that, and we went to boot camp. We did sort of like boot camp sort of stuff. So like I understand how physically draining it can be.
Yeah, but it's a certain amount of camaraderie that goes along with that, because you're in it with everybody else.
Yeah.
And that kind of what makes it, I think, unique and cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. You.
Sorry. Hi.
Hi.
You okay?
You got nervous.
Most questions don't start with.
Sorry. First things first. Can you adopt me?
Rob's on it.
Guys, you good with that?
Robbie, she's all yours.
I talked to the guys and we're going to adopt you.
3 men and a 17.
17.
17.
Thank you very much. In all seriousness, I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but
Sorry. Debbie Downer.
but how has playing your character affected your beliefs? I mean, you're God, you're Gabriel, and watching you guys has really changed me. And I used to be atheist, then Catholic, and now I'm something. And I just want to know how, because it's a different side of the Bible.
Right.
Bible.
For me, I can speak for myself, and they probably would agree. My personal beliefs. That they are kind of what they are, and what's changed for me is this. You guys have affected me in a great, great way, and that's how I feel like I've changed spiritually. It's just being able to experience this.
I think it's spot on. I think it's the aftermath. I mean, filming and playing the role probably has a bigger impact on the viewer who's seeing it in context of a season and how the episode's processed at the end and all that kind of stuff. Because we're doing our part and going away. We're not seeing the whole thing put together. We don't have a macro view of it until the series comes out. But it's the aftermath, I think, that has been so influential, and it's changed our social circles and our professional circles and things.
Affected our lives. I mean, we don't take any of this for granted. We feel so blessed by this experience every time we get to meet you guys and chat with you and see what you have together too.
Matthew?
I guess in order just to top their answers, I'll say...
it's a healthy outlook.
Free pizza for everybody. I don't know.
No, but honestly, exactly what they said. I think that I don't know quite still at 33 years old what the hell I believe in. I do know what I've learned through this and being here and these people becoming my family is that I believe in people more than anything else. Period.
All right, you. Lay it on us.
Hi. My question's actually for Matt.
Matthew.
I mean, of course, I love Supernatural the most, but I grew up watching General Hospital, so I was super excited.
Yeah, well.
So my question for you is, what is your favorite part about filming Being Griffin on General Hospital, and what is your least favorite?
My least favorite is doctory and priestly dialogue, which I have a really rough time getting through. And my most favorite is that all the doctor jokes that are flying around these days. Dr. McMuffin, there's just 100 nicknames that I have, and I think it's hilarious.
It's really all good things. There's nothing, I actually have nothing bad to say. I get to wake up and act a lot. Thank you.
You know, one of the things I don't like about this stage? The shitty set with the bad trees over there. I feel like,
fuck up Three Guys panel. Thanks.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that one right here.
Until we play the song, you're not officially here. So you can stay there all you want, but you're not officially here. Until we play the song. We're gonna play.
It sounds like we're picking up the police scanner and the monitors here.
I know.
I got a 1090 over
I say let's go right into our Misha song.
You got a creeper in the thick bushes over there.
So let's just do it. Let's just make you actually physically exist. Are we ready? You don't exist yet. And myself, bye, and there's Misha Cutlets.
Matt, you said, they said, what's the hardest part about your show? Was that your question?
Yes.
And you said the preacher and the doctor stuff? Isn't that all of your stuff?
Yes, that's all hard for me. Gotcha. Just wanted to be perfect.
There really is a police scanner going. Hey guys on the right. Hey, we can hear your conversation. Hey you, it is her turn. Yeah. Oh, I just told her the whole thing. Oh, you're the police scanner people? You know what?
Hello, everybody.
Hello!
I picked you up? I doubt that. I would never do that. I remember you. We do all of these different poses and photo ops. And basically, how many people, let's start over again. How many people have never been to a supernatural convention before? Wait a minute, just for frame of reference, how many have? Okay, it seems like maybe a small fraction more of you have done this before, but it looks like a lot of people have not. And one of the things that you should know if you're new to this is that we have photo ops. Are you aware of this fact?
Yeah!
I don't know why they call it that. It's just a photo. It's not a photo opportunity. It is just a photo. It's not like, well, I don't know, maybe we'll get a photo, maybe we won't. We're just taking photos, but we call them photo opportunities. I suppose, conceivably, somebody could opt to not take a photo at that point, but no one to date has done that. So we have the photo opportunities, and we are, a lot of actors from sci-fi shows have been doing this for decades. And typically they will sit in a chair and you will stand
on the tape mark next to them and ideally not touch them. And we have done a slight twist on that, which is we will do, whatever BDSM pose, whatever you want. There is pretty much, I guess I'm trying to think if there's anything that we have said no to. I think actual penetration, we generally, although now that I mention it, I think we may have actually done that too. So it's pretty much whatever people say. And it's we've given up all hope of having any kind of self-respect or dignity. Somebody will come in with some moose antlers and, for Jared and tiara for me, and they'll be like, hey, Misha, would you mind riding on Jared? And we'll all look at each other like, sure, we'll do that. Yeah. We're successful actors. We'll do that. This tangent started for a reason. Yes, it was you, young lady, who screamed out, sorry about the lipstick. So, one of the things people say is, could I kiss you on the cheek? And usually there's a split second in which I process who they are and what color lipstick they have on. Because if it's really bright lipstick, chances are they're gonna just latch on like a succubus onto your face and get lipstick all over the place, which is what you did. And I think typically those who have no lipstick on whatsoever do a little air kiss and make no contact whatsoever. So it's like a warning sign. But I didn't have time. I saw you coming, and I was like, oh no! And then you got me, and then everybody rushed over with cleaning things and medical gauze and stuff like that. So, anyway, prognosis is everybody thinks I should be fine. So I can't really see you, and I don't know whether you're crying or how we're doing. We're good. We're good. Yep. Why did I change? I only slept for about an hour last night, and I went out dancing with some friends in LA last night, and then got on an airplane. I smelled really bad. There was no stop at a hotel kind of experience for me in between then and now. And I did go into the bathroom, and my dad used to call a horse bath. So typically you do a horse bath with, and I'm sorry by the way if there's any whores in the audience.
You better apologize to Joey.
Sorry, we'll use a more PC term, prostitute's bath. And typically you use a washcloth or a sponge or something. I don't know why I'm addressing you. I'm like, you know what I'm talking about, obviously. I did it with the paper towels in the bathroom here at the convention center. I took off my shirt and I did a bath. And I also changed my shirt because I'm generous. Yeah. Great, okay. Yeah, speaking of taking off my shirt, so I... Yeah! Hold that thunderous applause for a second, will you? So one of my very oldest, dearest friend from 7th grade recently came over. We went swimming together, and he's been on a kick, a fitness kick, and he got in really good shape. I was like, oh my, holy shit, dude. You've always been kind of flappy, but he has a six-pack all of a sudden. He's 42 and he has a six-pack for the first time in his life. And I was like, Jesus, that bums me out. Now I'm thinking, now I have to get a six-pack. And then my son was like, and I was like, Darius, you have a six-pack, that's amazing, man. And then my son was like, I have an eight-pack. And then Mason, my daughter, she's like, Dad, look at my, and then she flexes her arms, takes off her shirt, she points to her ribs right here, she's like, look at my muscles. I'm so strong, I have a 4-pack. And And then they were like, hey Dad, you have a 1-pack. And they said it not disparagingly. They were like, yeah, you have a 1-pack. I didn't let them play for a week outside. Okay. What? I'm perfect? Not sullied by multiple packs. Just one decent, large pack. What? Never mind.
Good choice.
I don't want you to clarify whatever you said. What, do you have a question? Can you get us back on track here, please?
Thank you, Misha. I just want to let you know that Castiel is my favorite character, and I madly love you.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. I'm just going to quickly text Jared and Jensen then.
My question is,
yes.
Do you have any favorite birthday traditions? And the reason I'm asking that is because one of my best friends who's sitting in the front row over there, it's her birthday today. And her name is Jackie. So, you want to share your traditions with us?
Hi Jackie, happy birthday. Are you Jackie with the white t-shirt on?
Yes.
She's utterly motionless. I think she might currently be unconscious. She's sitting up in her chair, but she's utterly motionless. Oh, a slight shake of the head, like this.
She's going to kill me, just so it's been nice knowing
Oh
you.
yes, she is. I'm certain of. Well, Jackie, happy birthday today. Birthday traditions. Yeah, we do birthday spankings, birthday stripteases.
It's everybody's birthday.
In that case, yeah, it's everybody's birthday.
You know, we're not really that big on birthday traditions now that you mention it. I like to try to make a cake for whomever it's the birthday of. Jackie, I'm sorry I didn't know it was your birthday. We're really not set up for baking up here. We could order a birthday cake. That would be impressive if it came in time, because it's kind of late in the You do?
Go.
What is this hollering about?
Has it yet been compromised in any way? Is it mostly intact or completely intact? Is it for somebody's birthday? Did you just offer to give away your friend's birthday?
Yes.
It's times like these when you know who your real friends are. Well, Jackie, I put my mother's birthday in Gishwas this year, the scavenger hunt. And it was a very surreal experience. So I installed an app on her phone that she was unaware of, and I was like, hey Mom, Dad, what do you have for pictures? What's your password? And then put a tracking app that drops pins wherever she is, which I can turn on whenever I want.
That's not creepy at all.
And so we were driving around town. It was her birthday. I had put an item in the scavenger hunt, which was like, come take a picture with my mother in the background. And I was sort of imagining like nature photography, like somebody like doing a selfie like this with my mother, a distant silhouette in the background, you know. And so we were driving around town, and this app was dropping pins randomly. And we drove past this little park, and I dropped a pin, and then we went to buy some buckets to go blackberry picking. And I was like, where should we go? Oh, I know, there's that park. We should go blackberry picking at that park. And I really hadn't planned it, I had no idea, but the app had dropped a pin there, and I'm like, what the fuck ton of people were in the park waiting for us when we got there. And they completely mobbed my mother. Who, my mom, like, she likes attention, and it was good at first. But then it was like, help! There are people all like around her, like smothering around her and clogging up the parking lot, and the park police came. And there were, your team was there. Yeah, they were a big problem. They were a big part of the problem. And then, but there were all these presents. She had like tons of presents, and the house was full of balloons, and it was great because I didn't have to do shit, you know? It was so smart to outsource that. Anyway, should we sing Happy Birthday to Jackie and then move on?
Yeah!
Who has perfect pitch here?
Me.
You? Okay. Come on up.
Oh my god.
Do you have perfect pitch? I guess. You can both come and let's see if you actually have perfect pitch. Okay. Okay, let's hear high C above C.
Do you want to do high or low? I'll do high, okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
Castiel could never do that.
Everybody's screaming.
We went to this thing at somebody's house recently, and sometimes it's a little bit weird to be on TV, but to just like, people sort of pretend they don't know you, but they really do know you, and it's a little bit awkward, and you just have to sort of roll with it. And so we went to these people's house for like a little potluck, and met this guy, and he was like, oh, hi, how you doing? And he was like, yeah, I saw you jogging in the park this morning. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, I've never met him before, so it felt a little strange to me that he was like, yeah, man, I've been watching you. And then a little while later, he had had a couple beers. And by the way, this guy's like in his late 50s. And he's like, hey, man, you know what? We have like almost the same birthday. Really? That's amazing. Very strange, just meeting somebody. Like, dude, you know, we got so much in common. But I don't know you, and it's really weird that you're Googling me, and he probably went into the other room and was like, Google. Oh, now I've got something to talk about. We have almost the same birthday. But that's not the right way for that to come up in casual conversation. You'd be like, hey, when's your birthday? Oh, me too! That's the cooler way to do it, I think. Anyway, I don't know. It was weird. Are we doing like questions on both sides of the room?
Yeah.
Wow, this is advanced.
Hi, I just wanted to tell you that you smell amazing in your photo op, so you didn't need to worry about the shower.
Thank you very much. So do you have diminished olfactory senses?
Apparently, I guess I must.
Yeah.
I'm videoing this because my daughter's being a brat, so I'm going to make her jealous later.
You've sort of been fighting with your daughter all day, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah, because we talked about this in photo ops, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't even see you, and I know who you are. Tell her I say hi.
I will.
Okay.
My question is that I've scoured like lots and lots of videos online of all the different panels that you've done because I know you like different questions, not the same ones. So I guess my question is boxers or briefs?
Boxer briefs.
Never a dull moment.
Thank you for that very insightful question. I have sort of an evolving relationship with underwear styles. So I've gone through a lot of different phases. My first phase in high school, like where I really started developing, coming into my own and developing a real opinion about this sort of thing, was I was very adamantly a boxer person. But actually, as it turns out, boxers are really stupid because it's like wearing a giant pair of baggy shorts under your pants and they bunch up and they're uncomfortable and they're sweaty and it's just like, it doesn't make any sense. So I got older, I got more mature, and I moved on to tighty whities because I was like, this is what grown-ups do, you know? And then I went through a little phase where I was experimenting with what's known as the boxer brief, which is sort of like a tighty whitey, but it's longer like a boxer, and it sort of gives you the feeling that you're still youthful, but you're basically an aging person. And but the problem is I have like really big legs, and so I would find that if they were the wrong length, they would roll up and become like this weird little rolled up bikini on me. So I needed to get so now what I do is basically I wear like very long boxer briefs most of the time that are essentially like wearing long underwear under my pants, and I'm extremely sweaty all the time. So I'm actually glad that you brought this up because I should reevaluate my underwear philosophy. But I should tell you another thing. Richard Spade Jr., not the senior. Okay, this is what happened. So I spilled soup on myself in my trailer on the set of Superdad. It was lunchtime. I was wearing my Castiel wardrobe and I spilled soup on myself. And what? Smooth move. Thank you. So I spilled soup, and I spilled enough soup on myself that I had to take my underwear off. I had to take off all my clothes, and I had to take off my underwear. I got a new wardrobe, brought me a new set of clothes, and I left my underwear, I guess, on the floor or something like that. And the wardrobe, Kelly from Costumes came and scooped up all the clothes, including the underwear, went back, washed them, and then she was like, "What the fuck is this?" Orange underwear. They're bright orange underwear. And she brought them to the only obvious answer, which was to Richard Spade. And left them in his trailer, like, "Richard, yep, here's your underwear." And then Richard came out like, "What the fuck is going on? Who's leaving underwear in my trailer?" You know, it's not cool. So to this day, this was 5, 6, 7 years ago. It was a long time ago. In the AD trailer, my underwear are hung up on the wall. And this led to a whole thing where, Richard Spade said then, like, Misha wears orange underwear, and then people mailed me orange underwear. And then I had, like, this embarrassment. Well, even a single pair is an embarrassment of orange underwear, but I had a really embarrassing embarrassment of orange underwear. And for some reason, it has now become a thing for me, and it's like a good luck thing, and I only wear orange underwear. I actually don't know if that's true. I want to confirm. Yeah. That's the first time I've ever auto-wedgied myself. Bet you didn't think I'd go on such a long tangent, did you? Hi.
Hi, Misha. Looks like I'm one of the rare demographic tonight, but I'm a huge fan. Always loved your performance, and my question is...
What did you mean, like New Yorker? What is your demographic?
Yeah, I'm a New Yorker.
That's what I thought.
And a guy.
Oh, yeah, that other thing, right.
I guess that was kind of hard to miss.
How many people self-identify as Guys. That is a pathetic smattering, guys. Hi.
And my question is there anything, either from your personal values or anything you experienced in your own life that you've drawn upon in your performance as Castiel?
Silence.
That's an excellent question. Well, I think from my personal life, when I was first thinking about the character, I kind of, there was something about my brother that I drew on for Castiel. My brother can have this very ethereal quality, like he can kind of look at you and it feels like he's looking through you or something. And there's a certain like intensity to him sometimes. And so that's from my personal life, and I drew on it for the creation of Castiel. I also, and you can sort of see it right here in that picture right there. Sometimes when I'm portraying Cass, I just run the filter, like the thought through my head of, what's that smell? Yes.
At a previous convention I was at, someone made you disturbingly aware of all your ums and uhs and word fillers.
I don't do that anymore, though.
I'm pretty sure you did a couple times. So, can you try to go to the rest of this panel without using ums or uhs?
Nope. That was truly is what I was saying there. Just the got stuck in my throat. It was a truly horrific experience for me because somebody pointed out to me that I am very inarticulate, and I became painfully aware of how often I say and ah when I'm searching for words. And it really derailed an entire convention panel. So thank you for bringing up that traumatic experience. Again, there's an app online that removes all of the words and leaves just the breaths and the filler sounds, the ums, the ahs, the ers, and the inhales. And there appears to be a direct correlation between the number of ums and ers and ahs and how stupid the person talking is. There you go. Hi.
I wanted to ask, what was your craziest Geschwürs thing that happened? I'm sorry for my English. I'm so sorry.
No, your English is excellent. You didn't say or
She did. She started with an
This year or ever?
Ever.
That's challenging. Getting Geschwürs written on a mountain on Mars, or getting a mountain on Mars named Geschwürs, was pretty insane. I could not believe that happened. I took a true perverse delight in, we had this item which was take a fully decorated Christmas tree and have it float away on helium balloons. And that was really arresting visually to see these Christmas trees just floating away. And there was a size minimum, I think they had to be at least this tall. So it was a substantial amount of tree, which required a really large number of balloons. And there were a few airports that were closed because of Christmas trees in the airspace. Which I was kind of proud of.
Thank you.
We had some amazing things. This was a great year. I haven't heard about any serious injuries, which was amazing. I haven't heard of any arrests from this year's hunt, which is a first. Court-martials, which have also happened. Who was that bad person that brought that up? Shame on you. Yes, don't act surprised. Yes. Oh, don't do that. That's not fair. Puppy dog faces are not fair. That's not fighting fair. She's still doing it. That's not fair. All right, fine. You want to play that way? She held on, though. She's good. She's a fighter. What were we talking about? Oh, this year's hunt. So this year's hunt. So we had these items in the hunt. What? Oh man, there's little Cass. Oh no, Cass. He's been abandoned by his parents. I know, I met him. Hi, little Castiel. You know what's incredible? This little guy is walking around, he's just walking down here, and he has no idea how utterly adorable he is. He just thinks this is normal. He's dressed as Castiel, he has wings on, and he's named Castiel.
Just pick him up, Misha.
Where's his mom?
Hi.
There she is.
Are you a bird? Are you a bird? Can you fly? Oh. Did Rob tell you about the item that was related, the stroke item? No?
No.
Yes, he did? No.
No.
So, one of the items was, Rich and Rob made a video that people should watch so that they can recognize this. It helps show them the signs of a stroke so you can recognize them when somebody around you is having a stroke. And a girl who was helping her mom in Gishwiz saw the video and was like getting her friends to retweet it or something, which was the item. You had to get people to retweet this video. And then went over to her grandfather's house, who was having a stroke. And because of the video, she was like, oh, you're having a stroke, we're calling the 911. And it probably saved him from serious harm. It was total awesome. Yeah, we had a good year for doing some good things. We raised so much money for those Syrian refugee families. I think we're at almost $220,000. And the amazing thing, and we started with one family where we thought we'll just target everybody's attention and we'll see if we can change the situation of one family. We can't solve all the problems, but we can change one family who's having a really, really miserable experience. And then the floodgates opened, the Gishwas floodgates opened, and it was like, oh, we have to find another family. Like, we have enough money to take care of this family for the next 3 years. Get them into an apartment, get them food, get them housing, get the kids in school. We had enough money for that family for 3 years, and then we added another family, and then we had enough money for them to get housing and medical attention and get the kids in school for 3 years. So we added 2 more families, and now we have enough money that we're looking for another family. It is very cool to be able to play a game that, by the way, the intention of Gishwas is not it's not trying to like, sugarcoat charitable activities so that the bad taste goes down easier or something like that. The point is to have an amazing time with a game, and I think part of the fun of the game is finding ways that we can do good things. But it's not like the purpose, and we're not trying to like, I don't know, find a sneaky way to get people to be charitable or something. It's just an awesome integrated thing into the fabric of the game, which I really love. And this year was really good for that. We also raised another $50,000 for clean water in Africa, which is amazing. So good work, everybody who did that, and good work, everybody who didn't do it, because you saved yourself a tremendous amount of suffering, which is also good. So it's a win-win across the board.
Hi. First off, I just want to thank you for existing, because I do think that the world is a way better place because you're in it.
That is very kind of you to say, thank you.
You're welcome. My question is actually, you did such a phenomenal job of playing Lucifer this year. So I was wondering what other character...
Can we have this woman ask all of the questions? Yes?
I was wondering what other character from Supernatural's history you think you could portray as awesome as you did Lucifer.
Let's see it.
Dean. Sam. I think I could play, any of them well. Probably. We have kicked around the idea of somehow having Dean, like Castiel's possessed by the spirit of Dean or something like that, so we could do that. And I kind of workshopped it with the writers to make sure that they, that they felt it could work, and it did work. Because I was like, I can show you. It was like, hey, damn, I can't find the demon knife. And the writers were pretty impressed. Yeah, it was pretty cool. This was a couple years ago. I remember distinctly at the last being like, man, that was so weird, because it was like I was looking at Castiel's face, but it was just so clearly Dean. They're saying I really want the more pie. I guess it's just because we've been around each other so much, and I can pick up on the nuances of the character stuff. Like, God damn it, Sam, the pie looks good. If you guys, if anybody happened to be, videoing that, you just go ahead and don't post that on Jensen's social media feeds. Hi.
Hey, I actually flew 14 hours from Israel to be here.
Oh my goodness.
Mostly because of you.
What? Well, we're very glad that you made it. Have you been here before?
No, never. Like in the US?
Yes, in the US.
In the US I've been, yeah.
Okay.
For my bat mitzvah.
For your bat mitzvah?
Yeah, when I turned 12, yeah.
Why did you come to the States for your bat mitzvah? I would think that you'd have the technology to run one of those in Israel.
I don't know, because it's cool. I flew to Orlando.
Oh, that is cool. Did you bring all of your friends too? No.
Only my parents.
Oh, well, that's not so cool. But you're welcome. You're welcome back to our country. We're very happy to have you here again. How long are you here for?
It's my last week. I've been here a week already.
Nice. And are you just in this area, or are you going to Chicago and New York?
I've been to New York, Orlando, New Haven, and Washington.
Awesome. Why New Haven?
Yale.
Why New Haven?
Because I want to go to Yale.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to say. A smarty pants. Yeah. So are you doing the college tour? Is that part of your trip?
Yeah.
You went to Yale and you went to Columbia?
No.
No. You went to NYU?
No.
Just Yale.
Yeah,
You're only going to
I
Yale.
have my heart set on Yale.
She's like, well, I'm far too smart for Columbia.
Can I ask you the question?
No. All right, let's see. Okay. What did you got?
I wanted to ask this question for a year now. It's a little bit overdue, but in Lazarus Rising, the handprint on Dean's shoulder, was it really your hand? Did they use your hand as a stencil?
Yes, they did. That was actually, that was my first episode on the show, and at the time, they didn't think that I was going to be on the show for long. So there's a little bit of a different attitude. They treat actors a little bit differently when they're just coming and going. It's sort of like, frankly, they treat us as, the actors that are guest stars that are just going to be on for a short while are treated as disposable, essentially. And so what they did is they actually put my hand in a hot furnace until the blood inside my hand was boiling and blistering. And it was so hot that when I touched his skin, it transferred a burn to him. So that's how they did that. That was earlier on in the show. That was only season 4. So a lot of the computer, CGI technology wasn't where it is today. So they were doing a lot more of that kind of stuff. I've actually had a complete hand transplant since then. So I can't feel anything. I can't feel anything in this hand. Was it this hand or was it the other one? There you go. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so a little sort of behind the scenes information about how we do some of the makeup. Does he still have that scar? It kind of went away, didn't it? Yeah. Yes, he did. That's what it was. He had a skin graft. It's funny, actually. You guys don't know this, but Dean, he had that handprint on his shoulder, and what they did, because that's like a very prominent place, and you can see it a lot, like whenever you are wearing a tank top or something, you see this handprint scar, and that's pretty weird if you think about it, like, it looks like you were touched by some weird monster, right? And then, for poor Dean, everybody was asking a lot of questions and stuff like that. So what they did is they did a skin graft, and they took a piece of skin that's like this, that looks just like that, off of his right butt cheek, and they grafted it onto his shoulder. So now he has a handprint, mark on his butt, but it's not nearly as prominent. So. Pardon me? Okay, that felt like a non sequitur. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Misha. I'm sorry if my voice is shaky, but this is my first convention, and I saw my name up there. I was like, thanks, Jesus.
Whoa. Baby Jesus got involved here. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
Can I just sidebar for 1 second? So somebody recently said whenever I was Castiel, they were like, well, I shouldn't be laughing about this. Well, how, like, whenever you're Castiel and you touch Dean's shoulder, you touch Dean on the right shoulder, but whenever you were possessed by somebody else or a human, you touch Dean on the left shoulder, right? And I was like, oh, yeah. And they said, was that in the script, or was that director's choice, or is that just actor's choice? And I was like, no, that's across the board, always in the script. Not in the script. And she walked away when I was like, no idea. So I think that woman still thinks that that is true. But the truth is, a lot of the times, it's like, wait a minute, we don't know, we can't, nobody on set can remember how to do these things. Like, so wait a minute, when we're teleporting, what do I do? Do I touch you on the forehead? No, that's healing. We touch you on the shoulder. So a lot of times, like, we do the, I'm gonna knock you unconscious move when we're trying to teleport or trying to heal somebody. Or I'm doing the, suck a demon out of you move when I'm trying to heal you. So Cass is actually like screwing stuff up all the time because neither myself nor anyone else in the group can remember what we're doing.
Hi again.
Hi again.
Okay, so my question
Yes.
is, a little weird, but I mean...
It's your first con, what the hell, why not?
Yeah.
Live it up.
So my question is, why are Cass's lips so chapped? Like, can we get some EOS or baby lips up in here?
Some what? What are the products that you're pushing?
EOS or baby lips by Maybelline, they're like, come in different tubes, there's like Dr. Medicine, they're like original,
Are you like a multi-level marketing Maybelline sales rep?
But come to me after the show.
You've got some free samples.
Yeah, I'm gonna email Nikki.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Cass, here's the problem for Cass. Cass has he's in the unfortunate situation of being in a vessel that is portrayed by a guy who goes out in the sun and doesn't wear chapstick. So, tough luck for him. Thanks so much for your question.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. Okay, so I just want to say that you have helped me through so much of my life. Sorry. I struggled through a lot while watching Supernatural, and I think both your character and you as a person really helped me get through that, and I'm so thankful for that. I'm so sorry. Okay, so my question was, what was your experience as like a teenager with because I know you said before that you were like bullied and stuff, and at times you didn't really have like a home really. So what's your full experience with that?
Well, first of all, let me give you a quick hug. It's okay. I'm gonna go back up this way. I've discovered that I've stranded myself down.
Welcome to Shark Tank.
I think it's an amazing thing about this show to find that it has served as a lifeline. This is an enormous stage. It served as a lifeline in many ways for a lot of different people, for a lot of different reasons. They identify with characters or something that an actor on the show has said resonates with them, or the community that has evolved organically around the show has served as a safety net for so many people. And that is something that I feel truly blessed to be a part of. It's just an amazing phenomenon that is very rare and very precious, and I think that we're all very lucky to be a part of it. And your story is, I wish I could say that was the first time I've heard somebody say something like that, but I've heard a lot of young people say that they have struggled with depression or self-harm or feelings of self-worthlessness, and somehow some thread that they pulled from Supernatural and its expanding community has provided comfort to them, and that's really amazing. So know that you are a part of the community here, and that there's a lot of people that are willing to help. By the way, we're just getting that crisis support network set up, and it's really coming together great. And I think we're going to post some update about it tomorrow. So it's. And I think that it's very common for people to struggle. And I think most people have some struggle in their early lives. I know that I did. Our family did not have a lot of money. We were homeless a lot and struggled with some of the issues around poverty. But we had a very loving nuclear family that was very important to me, and I think that was, that helped me a lot get through hard times. And I also think that, I hate to say it, but I wouldn't change any of the bad things that I went through, because I feel like, I learned from them and they made me stronger. That sounds trite, and it's not always true that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Sometimes what doesn't kill you almost kills you, and that's not good. Yeah, I don't know. I guess all I can say is that luckily you may have landed in a spot that has a community that is supportive and loving and will help. So,
thank you.
Oh, and you have somebody that loves you right there. That's nice. Hi.
Hi. So in Seattle, you sold Girl Scout cookies, and in Phoenix, you bought us pizza. So what's next on the Misha food tour?
I see what's happened. Now it's like, oh, that was a shit panel. He gave us nothing. I skipped lunch because I assumed he was going to bring food. Last time I go to a Misha panel, I don't know. We didn't even get a cake for poor Jackie. Sorry. Do you have any ideas?
Cannoli's good.
Do you have a good cannoli? Do you have a line on a good cannoli dealer?
Only back in Idaho, where I'm from.
Okay.
So if you want to fly it in.
Okay, great. So I'm now like chartering a jet full of cannolis, trying to rush it in time for Jared and Jensen's panel flow. The cookies my kids made, those were delicious. I've done some episodes of this show that we call in our house and on the internet, Cooking Fast and Fresh with West. And it's basically, for those of you who haven't seen it, it's basically my son grabs whatever off of the grocery store shelves and then makes a catastrophic mess in the kitchen and cooks it all together in some horrific poisonous concoction that I then pretend to enjoy. And it looks very fun, and we edit out all the parts of the video where I'm like, stop it, you shit, and everybody posts, like, oh my god, you're the best dad ever, I'm totally gonna do this with my kids. And people always do that. People always was like, oh my god, I'm gonna totally do this with my kids. And then that account goes dormant, and you never hear from them. And I know what's happened. They've gone through a similar experience, and that it's been very traumatic for everybody involved, and they're no longer speaking to their children. And this initially started because my son is very sort of independent and strong-willed, and we'd go to the grocery store, we'd go shopping, we'd come home, and they'd be like, who put the fucking ham hock? we don't eat pig's feet. What are these doing? And like, we just have these weird items that we had never even noticed on the grocery store shelves in there. Or like fluorescent colored candies in like the big super packs. I'm like, I don't actually know how they managed to get checked out. I think he must have had like a total strategy. He'd put it in, he'd put it under something else, and then he'd slip it up onto the belt, and then he'd like go and like pee in the aisle while they're checking it out. So we were like, no, don't do that. And then it would wind up in a bag, and we'd get home, and we were like, who the hell got 15 pounds of Swedish fish? So we did these things, and this really was, he sort of started it, and we basically, like the first one, we were just basically filming what was already happening in our house. But I would caution you, don't do that with your children. Like, it sets them on the wrong course, where they think that they can just create explosions in your kitchen. And now I'm like, what do you think you're doing? Like, what kind of an animal does this at 6:30 in the morning? Like, all I want to do is I want a fucking cup of tea, and I can't have that because there's like soggy Cheerios mashed into every corner of the couch. Like, who gave you this idea? And he's like, Dad, you did. You made those videos, and everybody thinks they're funny. So just be aware. It's very dangerous.
Hi. Misha. It's so nice to see you.
Good to see you. One more thing, but just since I mentioned couches, we were watching. We got a new couch because we set up like we have a basement that doesn't have any windows, and I was like, this is going to be awesome because we had this old projector. We'll project on the wall, and we'll like be able to watch big things on the wall. It'll be like a movie theater, except for very, very low resolution. And so we got a couch down in the basement, and the kids don't really watch much TV. Like, we don't allow them to watch TV for the most part, because TV, as you know, pollutes your brain. And so Mason, she was down there, and she was we're watching the Olympics, and very exciting Olympic men's volleyball, and she's like, wow, really into it. And so she took off her clothes. She's like, sort of like going like this on the couch, like almost like shadowing their moves. Like this. And then she goes, uh-oh, Dad, uh-oh. Oh no, Dad, oh no. And I'm like, what? I said, what? I'm pooping. Long story short, she pooped a lot. And she was like, I'm sorry, Mason, for telling the story. I'll never do it again. But she caught a lot of it in her hand, and she was like, and then she realized, like, what am I going to do with this? And then she was like, and this was all because we don't allow them to watch TV, it turns out. Because she was so excited to be watching TV that she didn't want to go to the bathroom. So she was like, I don't want to miss, I'll miss some TV, and there's such precious little television time. Oh, hi guys. This is an unfortunate glimpse into a Misha panel. We don't normally talk about stuff like this. That's weird that you're there.
That's exactly how I imagined your house was.
Note to self, don't sit on the couch.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been there?
For a while.
Okay, good. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, it was a mess, but we got it all clean. She went up to the bathroom. I was like, actually, I carried her like up to the bathroom, and I was like, Mason, finish on the toilet. She was like, okay. But first I gotta wash my hands. And then she peed all over the floor while she was it was great.
Awesome. It says a lot about Mason, about television.
About television, yeah.
Parenting.
About parenting.
Was Mason's answer the same as Wes when you said, who taught you how to poop all over the furniture? You did, Dad. You made those videos and people think they're funny. You want to do one last one? Okay, let's do it.
I just wanted to ask you a show-related question. When you have to do a physical part, when Dean was really whomping on Castiel, when he killed the Steins, and then Castiel talked to him, how do you prepare for a really physical scene like that where you get thrown all over the place?
What did you say? You can always tell when someone says inappropriate things because there's a smattering of cackling. So to prepare for a scene, if we're going to do very sort of precise, like stage combat stuff, it's very important for everybody to get very inebriated in advance. To just limber you up. We do a little bit of practicing. You know, we rehearse it so that you know. I don't know if you know this, but we don't just like go randomly swinging at each other and hope that we don't hit each other. We actually say, all right, you're going to do 2 punches, and then you're going to get up off the ground, and you're going to kick him in the balls, and then you're going to bite his ear and rip it off. So we sort of meticulously choreograph it. We'll do a version of it in a wide shot, and then we'll do some close-up shots, and then they'll do a pass with the stunt guys, and those are all the ones that look legitimate. We had one scene where Sam was possessed by, what's his name?
Gadriel.
Gadriel. And the idea is Cass comes out of nowhere and just punched him and knocked his lights out, right? And everybody, for some reason, like Bob Singer and Jensen and a bunch of some writers, everybody happened to be behind the monitors at this point. And we did the first take, and everybody was like, yeah, that was hilarious. And, oh, you were serious? Because apparently my big knockout punch to Gadriel had looked like.
Somehow it's exactly how I picture Cass punch.
That was a slightly sobering moment for me. I mean, they really came out like, you got it. That was. Oh. My bad. Thank you.
Great story, man. Home run. Don't. Misha Collins, how has this year in Minneapolis compared to last year in Minneapolis?
What was it that you said in the hallway? Richard came up in the hallway and he was like, hey, if you're feeling nostalgic or anything, we could, maybe go out later, arrange for a mugging.
In fairness, I offered to mug you myself. I'd rally up some thugs and mug you.
No, so far it's been very boring compared to last year. Yeah, very boring. Yeah. Which is great.
And it's weird walking around with your wallet in your pants, probably. That's gonna feel strange. I've never been to Minneapolis with my own phone.
I can see out of both eyes.
Hey, I can smile without blood pooling in my mouth. But we digress. I would argue too soon.
Somehow, I think their emotional reaction to your mugging, which is a horrific thing. We're now laughing about it in hindsight. They're like, hey, Rich, Misha, Rob, come on. But let's not joke about that. That's not funny. But boy, they cackled like crazy people about you shitting on the couch. I mean, all the girls come off when it comes to kids ruining crap with crap. You people, you confusing lot. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, an unharmed Misha Collins.